Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great privilege for me to take part in such a great meeting, to meet so many friends, because both Algeria and China are developing countries. We are facing the same challenge and same history. Our territory about our population about 34 times of your country, and the GDP before opening it's about $400 US. It's 1978. So 39 years ago, the situation of China just similar as North Korea. No democracy, no economic development, but now the GDP per capita is about $8,000 US, about double of Algerian. So congenital heart disease is still #1 killer of the children from 0 to 5 years old. It's a significant impact on the mortality and morbidity in both children and adults. About 8 to 1,000 babies born with congenital heart disease in developing countries. And in Asia, prevalence reaches 9.3 per 1,000 newborn. I'd like to report our own experience of a single center, the ratio of the congenital heart diseases. So congenital heart disease, the mortality rate with congenital heart disease in China, 2007, it's about 130. Till 2015, it's about 73. So I came from Tianjin. Tianjin is one of the 4 municipalities under the leadership of the central government, just like Washington, D.C. It's one of the 4 municipalities directly under the leadership of the central government. We have 16 districts. The area is more than 10,000 square kilometers. Population of 15 million. And the birth rate is 5.8 per 1,000. GDP of last year is about 0.3 trillion of US dollar. TEDA is the abbreviation of a Tianjin Economic Development Area. It's founded by the central government in 1984, one of the 14 of them. A state-owned public hospital, not-for-profit. The professional cardiovascular hospital with 500 beds, 16 ORs, 5 cath labs, and the JCI accredited hospitals in the world, and the HIM7, HIM7 Information Management is the 9th hospital outside the United States. So TEDA International Cardiovascular Hospital is the Chinese Academy of Medical Sciences and Peking Medical College affiliated. The hospital is very young. It's opened 2003, only less than 14 years old. You know, the outpatient department emergency visits from very beginning only a little bit more than 10,000. Last year, it's about 242,000. Hospital administration still increased dramatically. And hospital staying from 11 days to 5.9 days last year. So congenital heart disease screening program launched, because in China we have no nationwide strategy and policy on congenital heart disease control and preventive treatment so far. No national network of system to screen and diagnose congenital heart disease yet. So one-child policy has been scrapped since 3 years ago. The number of births reached 1.86 million last year. It's booming. There's no capacity in diagnosis of congenital heart disease in obstetrics and gynecology hospital. It's a great pity. They don't have technology, they don't have equipment. Pediatric medicine used to be an undergraduate major, has been removed from medical school since social reforming. It's a great pity. So there's no, so only 60,000 out of 1.6 million physicians in China. That means per 1,000 children, only 0.43 pediatrician. Great shortage is about 1/3, even 1/4 of the world average. So we are facing a great challenge, great gap between the needs and resources in cardiac surgery field. 0.3 million, just as I said, surgeries among 9 million patients waiting for operation. One-child policy scrapped the rapid increase of the newborn since the last 3 years, growing trends of advanced maternal age. Unclear prevalence of congenital heart disease in China. No enough facilities and technology for diagnosis and treatment. That's why we launched this program together with Chinese Women and Children Institute. We train the local physicians, GPs, to diagnose congenital heart diseases. TEACH is a revision of my hospital launched the only provincial level screening programs in China since 2004, 1 year after reopening. In China, we have 22 provinces, 5 autonomous regions, and 4 autonomous cities, making 31. So Tianjin is one of them. The clinical diagnosis of congenital disease was made by clinical examination by cardiac physicians, and more importantly by echocardiography. The examination performed at my hospital and the Women Children Center in the downtown area. But by the team from TEACH, we carried by a van equipped, 4 vans equipped with echo machine for the infants to go to everywhere, more than 10,000 square kilometers. The criteria for diagnosis of congenital heart disease follow the standard echo diagnosis.
C'est un plaisir d'être ici. Ça, c'est ma première fois en Algérie. C'est dommage, mon français c'est pas bon. Lorsque je vais changer, je vais donner la présentation en anglais. Ça serait bon pour les collègues chinoises. Parce que I'm going to change. I'm going to introduce myself in English. I'm Dr. Sanchez de Toledo. I work in Barcelona, Children's Hospital, Hospital San Juan de Deu. I also work in the United States, in Pittsburgh. And this is our center in Barcelona. Barcelona is
the mobile congenital disease screening vehicle.
It's 1 hour fly. And our population is 47 million, so it's pretty close to what you have here in Algeria.
Yearly statistics of
our hospital is a university hospital. It's a children's and maternity center, and it's a non-profit organization that works with the government.
It's about 120,000
we are indeed one of the top pediatric European hospitals, along with Bambino Jesus in Rome, and Great Ormond Street on Hôpital Necker in Paris. And our main specialties are the heart center, neurosurgery, hematology and oncology, with orthopedics, maternal fetal medicine, and so on. But I'm now here to talk about congenital heart disease. I'm going to change a little bit the scope. We're going to focus on cardiac intensive care. A little bit advanced issues, but I think that's quite important, because we're here to talk about congenital heart disease, and I think that the most astonishing thing is that over the last 50 years, we have changed from one expected mortality to one expected survival. So we changed in the 1950s to mortalities around 70%, and now we are talking about mortalities of 4 to 5%. So our children that operate, that our surgeons operate, survive. And that's very important. So those are statistics from the societies. 4 to 5% of mortality. Overall mortality. Why is that?
Because of the increased
of course, mortality depends on several factors. The most important one is the complexity. It's not the same to operate an auricular septal defect than do an orbit operation. Second important thing, the surgeon. It's not the same to have Dr. Liu as a surgeon as another one. So we know that there's a human factor. And then the volume. We know that centers with great volume, big volume, play with advantage. And this is a graph that proves that. Those centers that have... Do you have a pointer that I can use?
The VSD and VSD with associated defects, just like this.
I think that Professor Liu...
PDA or PDA with associated defects.
Okay. So centers with a big volume have greater survival. But that doesn't mean that those centers with lower volume can achieve also survival. So remember, Barcelona is here.
Gender ratio of the SD
We have 47 million
Male
people,
is
and we live
dominant.
In Catalonia,
PSD,
which is a region that has 7 million. We have 2 centers. We have low birth rate and a big screening program. So our congenital heart disease population is quite minimal. But despite that, we have been able to achieve very low mortalities. So 4.8% is the mortality reported by the European Society. Our center has below 2 consistently over the last years. And why is that? It's not because of the volume, because we have low volume, we have the same surgeon, but what we have is a very good pre-operative and post-operative care. And I think that that's very important.
A large number of children were examined
in the all about Chinese mortality. It's about how those patients survive. So mortality is not a matter anymore. It's how good those patients will survive.
Unclear whether the higher prevalence
Dr. Liu was saying, our patients survive through adulthood.
As I said, echo, or the environmental changes, I don't believe that dramatically, or other some factors. Since the screened subjects are the live infants, the complicated cases died soon after birth, such as hypoplastic left ventricular syndrome and single ventricle and so on. It's a seldom seen. We couldn't see it because we don't have such a social structure, we don't have a referral system, just like an advanced country, just like Spain and France and so on. Before obstetrics and gynecology hospitals improved capacity to diagnose congenital disease, the screening program is still necessary, absolutely necessary and important. The capacity of following up the treated cases needs to develop as soon as possible. Great efforts has to be made to answer the question regarding the current prevalence of congenital disease in China. Clinical examination and echocardiography are being used to screen nearly 1 million infants in Tianjin population. It's really a big number, 1 million. The screening program reached zero missing coverage in the population since 2009. The current prevalence of congenital disease is higher than that reported previously in either Western or Asian population. In the complex cases died soon after birth were added, the prevalence would be higher. So the last mile, we want to create, want to go through, break through the last mile. That's why we launched a program together with gynecology and women's hospital. So to diagnose the early congenital heart disease, even in womb. So we are confident to face the challenge to rescue more dying. Thank you for your attention.